Good morning, teachers, guidance counselors, supportive staff members, students, families, as administrators, and cafeteria staff. Welcome to ESY 2026. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Miss Dungan, and I'll be your assistant principal. We're going to go over our information for ESY. Remember, ESY starts on July 6th. There's a little background about me. Welcome to ESY. My name is Christian Dungan, and I am excited to honor to join the Keys Middle School as assistant principal. And I can also express enthusiasm for working with the school students and families. Expressing enthusiasm for continuing this school year. Well, to start this extended school year, and the chance to get to know the community is important. I can mentor positive insights gained about the school's values and express the commitment to continuing excellence while exploring ways to meet students' needs. Now let's take a moment to visit our assistant principals. This is for 7th through 12th graders. First off, we have our assistant principal, Mrs. Isabella Leota. She will be assistant principal for 8th, 10th, and 12th graders. Alongside with me, that's Mrs. Christian Dungan, and I'll be the assistant principal for freshmen and juniors. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email your assistant principal as soon as possible. Now we're going to go to our classes. Some of the classes, all students will need to be taking English, math, science, history, phys ed. We will not be having health, world language, which is Latin, Japanese, Italian, French, and German, and your electives. Our first two classes that we will be visiting is English and math. We're going to start with English. It meets in a red and blue rotation. Reading and workshop models and class novels and independent reading and digital tools. And the websites that you will be using is Newsela, Nordink, ReadWorks, and eBooks. If you have not used these before, you'll be introduced to there. For math, it also meets in the red and blue rotation. Math, we'll talk about the classes that students are going to be on Pearson and Vision textbooks that you're currently been using. Hands-on math, mini lessons, stations, and group work. And digital tools such as Desmos, iExcel, Quiz Alive, and Khan Academy, and Math Excel. For English, students will be in different classes. For 7th and 8th grade, you'll be taking a regular class. Freshmen is English 9, sophomores English 10, juniors English 11, and seniors this is for the incoming students. Seniors will be getting reading, writing, or poetry. Next, for math, regular classes for 7th and 8th graders. 9th graders will be taking geometry. Sophomores will be taking algebra 1. Juniors will be taking algebra 2. And seniors will be taking either calculus or statistics in order to be graduating. Next, we're going to visit science and history. For science meets in a red and blue rotation. It's a blue day and red day. And it's hands-on units. For history, we also meet in a red and blue rotation. And it's based on American or world history. And these are our classes. 7th and 8th graders will be taking regular class. 9th graders will be taking world history. Sophomores will be taking US 1, which is US History 1. Juniors will be taking U.S. History 2, and seniors will have a choose of U.S. History and Government or Ancient Civilizations. All of our science and history classes is literacy skills, close reading, with digital and variety of digital tools, and Elastic, Kahoot quizzes, Edpuzzle, and Newsilla. And for science, regular classes for 7th and 8th graders. Freshman will be taking either biology or marine biology. Sophomores will be taking chemistry. Juniors will be taking physics. And seniors has tons of electives, and you will only choose one. Some of them include physiology, astronomy, food science, nutrition, equine science, life science, horticulture, oceanography, or animal science. Horticulture could be an optional for sophomores and juniors and freshmen. So you want to do horticulture for your freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, that's fine for you. Next, we have physical education and health. We are not going to be having, it's 5 weeks of gym class. All students, if they have a 7th period, need to be changed in their gym clothes. Their gym experience includes some time in the wellness center. World language. You will have a choice of Japanese, German, Spanish, Italian, and Latin. And world language is listening, speaking, reading, writing, cultural units, and digital tools, with ISL and Flipgrid. Also, if any students are not taking this elective, you will be doing world cultures. World cultures can be an option for the seniors as well. For our electives, you have a choice of studio art, design thinking, music, personal fitness, engineering, applied technology, photography, unified partners, which is our gym class, robotics, and yoga. Some of the fun stuff that we usually do, none of them are going to be. We will have spirit weeks. We're going to have week 2 will be your spirit week. Tiger Palooza, which probably takes place at the end of, it will be at August 7th. We will have a homeroom contest, fundraisers. Right now, the Octopus team has a fundraiser, and they went to Hawaii, and they're selling Yoi chocolate surprise sales again for their fundraisers. Hawaii for hard, we're not doing. Wallback Roll to School Day, I don't know we're going to be doing this, but this is morning music. That's what we do from the loudspeaker, and choose kind activities where we when we do some activities that is done with kindness. We're going to go over the rules. Now first up, we're going to have lunch. Students going to and from the cafeteria should walk in an orderly manner. There should be no running, pushing, or shoving at any time. Students must be in the cafeteria area when the tardy bell rings. Students should form single file line to purchase food. Students may not cut in line or allow others to cut in line with them. Just to let you know, during ESY, all foods are free. That means so that will not count on your fines. Students may not purchase items for other students. So if you're asking them, can you get my food for me? No. Also, if any student that has crutches because they hurt their leg, I'm okay with that. So you can. So if your student is having crunches and they're grabbing food from them, but they still that student needs to purchase item and let the student can. So we're not doing So foods are not purchased for everyone, but they are free from each and everyone. For the safety of everyone, food or objects propelled in any manner will not be allowed in the school. Students may socialize with their friends, but no time engaged in running, pushing, hitting, throwing food, or other forms of horseplay and harassment. Students should be seated at tables at all times so as not to block walkways or aisles, and the number of students around the table will be limited to established number of seats. So we are in the three number of seats limited. Students should not leave purses or other personal items in the table unattended. Well, but for ESY, we are current. So if they have second lunch, they do not bring their stuff. Unless they have a lunch box, they can bring their lunch box. But and whoever's ordering lunch and has second lunch, don't bring your stuff. For those of you who has first and third lunch, you're still bringing your stuff. When finished eating, students should clean up their eating area, including the floor around their chair, throw away their own trash in the proper receptacle, return their own tray to the window or cart, sagging it nearly in an appropriate area, return to the original seats, and push in their chairs when dismissed by the cafeteria supervisor. During all lunch periods, all students must report to the cafeteria. Students will be allowed to only use the restrooms that are inside the cafeteria, and all other off limits included the gym, included the as well. For hideouts, only use the restrooms, but included the courtyard are all other parts of this campus. Students must show pass to the cafeteria supervisor in order to leave the cafeteria during lunch. And students will be dismissed by the bell to report the next period class. Essentially, third lunch, after they report to whatever they have. So after their third lunch, we do have free period. Maybe they have a practice, auditions, or other kind. Maybe they need to work for a different class. Chromebooks. We encourage all students to bring their Chromebooks, and they're intended for use at school each day and should be in fully charged condition. Therefore, students must charge their Chromebooks each evening. Students must be responsible to bring their Chromebook to all classes unless specifically advised not to do so by their teacher. Chromebooks should be used for educational purposes only, and should be used only by the individual to whom it is assigned. Inappropriate media may not be used as a screensaver or desktop background, such as presence of guns, weapons, pornographic materials, inappropriate language, alcohol, drugs, gang-related symbols, or pictures. When students are not using their assigned Chromebook, they should store it in their locked locker, but we're not doing lockers for ESY. Making sure nothing is placed on top of the Chromebook in the locker, which we're not supposed to have. Students should take their Chromebook home every day after school, regardless of whether or not it is needed. If a student forgets to bring their Chromebook to school, they are expected to notify their first teacher of the day upon arrival. Office staff will check out the Chromebooks and deliver it to the students. 8th grade students will return their Chromebooks right before August 7th, right? So they will return their Chromebooks at the end of ESY. Classroom behavior. Disciplinary procedures are an effort to keep a student in school and to maintain the active educational process for students. This step requires the cooperation of teachers, counselors, students, parents, and administrators. At times, the problem faced by the student and his or her parents can be dealt with and approved by school professionals, but we would believe the initial responsibility for the student's attitude and behavior is with the parent. And that is reason we believe that all our disciplinary efforts require the interest and support of the parents. Only to such a cooperative manners We can hope to show the students and the problem to attend the correct of that problem. The classroom teacher is the person in charge at all times during school. Students are expected to show respect for their teacher, carry out all the reasonable requests by their teacher. Failures to do so will consider insubordination and will not be tolerated. Follow all rules set up by a teacher. Being in your assigned seat and have proper class materials when the tardy bell begins to ring. Respect the rights of others. Any disruptive behavior will not be tolerated. Work on their lesson when given class times is to do so. Discipline behavior. Any breach of the above mentioned guidelines will be handled as a discipline problem will be dealt with by one or more of these following: teacher-student conference, parent contact by letter or phone, student detention, student counselor conference, student-teacher counseling conference, parent conference, and student principal conference. Any other actions deemed necessary by the principal to do to the correct problem. Dress code. The general atmosphere of school must be conducive to learning. If a student's general appearance attracts undue attention to an extent that it becomes a discipline factor in the school, a building administrator will ask that student to make necessary changes. In the event that the change does not take place in the time allowed, the administrator will prescribe the action to be taken. Clothing that promotes disruptive behavior and or display images includes but not limited to drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and or it products violence, sex, or hate groups is prohibited from campus and must be covered or removed. Thank you so much for supporting us. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me. And here's my email. And we're so lucky to start the 2026 extended school year.